What about your shoes?
Let's go. Welcome to another episode of the Man Lucrative Podcast. I am the host, the one and only Magneto 7 in the building. With my Robin to the Batman. I'm gonna be Batman today, but
I'm not wearing. I won't wear tights though.
My co-host, the one, the only,
Sean J.
Thank you. Bro, so we had a few little spikes in our reviews last week. That was pretty cool, right?
Yes, we did.
So I want to thank the fans because I was about to cuss y'all out. Just let y'all know, like,
no one's safe. Not me, not him, not even the fans.
No, okay, so this is in podcast world. Let's be real with the people. Everybody will say, well, it's not about the views. It's not about all of that stuff. It's about the content and the quality of the content. But if you got content that ain't nobody looking at, then who are you making content for?
Yourself, I guess.
Yeah, your balls? Like,
my boy.
Who are you making content for? So, thank you, fans, for coming back, giving us another try.
Thank you.
Hey, y'all, Black Friday's coming up, and Christmas is too. You need a commercial and a jingle to make sense for you. If you wanna get to a bag, yeah, you got a business. If you got a business or a service, get your commercial, y'all. Oh, yeah. If you got a business or a service, get your jingle, y'all. All you gotta do is just email trofarmedia@gmail.com.
How was your weekend, guy?
Well, I don't know. It's the same weekend.
No, it's not the same weekend.
We've done 2 pods this week. It was the same weekend.
No.
Yeah.
So, okay. We had the birthday party this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And my aunt came in town. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
Family was here. Something I realized is both sides of my family are like hella funny.
Really?
Yeah, it's like in an Office type of way. Like, you remember the TV show at The Office?
Yeah, I love The Office.
My family's kind of funny like that. So it's just be like, I'm listening to my aunt talk and my cousin talk, which is, they're older than me. They used to babysit me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that's where I get that from. Like, the funny, I won't say awkwardness, but it's like a little funny jabs.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward.
Just a little bit.
Some banter, family banter.
Okay, what is this word? Banter. What
banter?
Yeah.
Like banter, you know.
No, I don't know.
Like back and forth, just.
Oh, okay.
Like small talk or stories or what happened, you know, like, oh, what'd you do with that? Was it just banter, you know, just background conversations.
We might have to, since T.I. is not podding no more, we might have to bring. That's so okay. So T.I. stopped podding because he was like, yo, ain't no money in podcasting. Which now.
Not at first.
It's relative though.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about podcasting, like how many times have I told you like, yo, I ain't making no money, it'd be like $13 off of this. But at some point you do build your fan base and your core following, and then you can start getting some bags. Mm-hmm. But I thought that was interesting when he said that. But anyway, we had the birthday party. Shouts out to my oldest scholar. She's the one and only. I realized one thing. I think I realized it before this weekend, but this weekend really like put a stamp on it.
What are you gonna say?
No, okay. So with kids, right?
Yeah.
Like, you love your kids, right? And I'm not gonna be too reckless. You love your kids, but at some point you realize these little motherfuckers are here to take everything. Like, they don't want you to have no kind of happiness or joy. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. So if I come home from work or working on the property or whatever, and I'm smiling, right? You know the first thing they say?
As soon as I see them, I stop smiling.
No. They say, hey, Dada, why are you smiling? Are you happy?
That's a good thing. They want to know why you're happy so they can share in the happiness.
But if I'm not smiling, do they ask why are you not smiling?
I wouldn't either.
Never.
I mean,
Why
I would
wouldn't
say
you?
was wrong, but kids aren't going to be like, was wrong.
You wouldn't do that as a kid.
Man, that was a long time ago. I'm not really sure. I don't remember, you know.
Okay, no. Fast forward it then. You know I love to fast forward some stories.
I always ask people what's right. If people like have a weird face,
Mm-hmm.
I usually always ask like, what's up?
I'm talking about with Sean though. If some, so you're married, right?
Yeah.
To the hot dirty blonde, and you have hot dirty blonde kids, a boy and a
My
girl.
mad lucrative hypothetical girlfriend. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we have kids already.
You have kids already again.
This is a couple weeks, man. Fast track.
You fast track quick.
Okay.
1 8, 1 10 years old.
Okay.
And you come home from work in the long day of pods, businesses and all that stuff. You come home and you're sad, and nobody asks you, why are you sad? Are you sad? How would you feel about that?
Yeah, I'll be sad.
Why?
Well, I'm sad for my previous thing. I wouldn't be. That's who I grew up, man. My parents didn't.
So you wouldn't be sad that they didn't ask you, like...
No, not my kids. Maybe my wife. If I was like really pissed off or like objectively just angry about something, or like I look destroyed and my wife just doesn't say shit, I'll be like, damn.
Okay.
She just does not
She don't
give
care.
a shit. Yeah, but I mean, but at the same time, I don't know. I was just raised not to. No one's gonna ask you how you're doing. You know?
So, all right. So I wasn't thinking of us doing any type of relationship part segments of the pod, but it was clear from last week's pod that people are hungry for some type of guidance. That's why I played the guidance song.
Ah.
Yeah. They're hungry for some type of guidance on relationship building, whether that's with friendships, whether that's with boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend.
Yeah.
Other, they, all of the ones, everything that exists, they're trying to figure out, okay, how can I navigate through what's going on? And I think, of course, the pandemic made it even weirder. So
Did it? I don't know. The pandemic. People let the pandemic change way too much, like for no reason.
what you mean?
I feel like, God, what if I've heard everything be blamed on the pandemic? You know, well, things are different now, and that's just different. It's like you decided to make it different. You did.
Okay, so let me
Maybe
see.
because I came out of the pandemic completely the same. Nothing changed for me at all. Like, yeah,
But
we
you're
were
kind of to yourself too, though.
a little bit. No, I mean, I was with somebody during the pandemic,
Okay.
right when it started. You
Okay,
know,
what's her
and
name? Oh, okay. No.
and then I should have name people so bad. Every time I tell a story, what's their name?
Put a name on. Put
What's
a
their-
face with the name. Tag her. Everybody. No, go ahead.
What's their location? I don't know. But we were on again off a week for work because our work, you know, did that thing where it's like one
Right.
crew comes in, one crew stays home. But even
Right.
then, I mean, that was kind of sweet. Traffic was better during the
was. I
pandemic.
ain't
Traffic
gonna
was
lie. Especially in
fucking
Georgia.
awesome. Yes, it was amazing. The first couple months of the pandemic felt like The Walking Dead. You could just drive your car all the way down the highway, and it was great.
Yes.
I remember I went to Kroger the first month, and it was like me and 5 other people in there. I was like, this is awesome.
It was.
That was fantastic. Trying to glorify it. I'm not trying to. I'm not saying it was a good thing, but people blame a lot of stuff on it that I feel like shouldn't be put blame on it. Because look at relationships, right? They're already being
Okay.
ruined. I feel like from excess social media, way too much social media,
Okay.
poisoning people's like how they view relationships and how they talk in them too.
Yeah,
You got
that's
like
true.
what shows like Euphoria that kids watch, and then they grow up thinking that shit's normal.
No, that was too much for
Like
me.
you can't talk to people that way.
I think
That's
I watched
crazy.
2 episodes and I was just like, all right, I'm disgusted.
I just watched a crap ton of clips, and now granted, my view of that show is probably way worse than most people's because the clips that I watched were probably the worst
Okay.
that the
It
show
was the
had to
shock
offer.
value
Yeah,
that okay.
it was like the worst shit that happened. But still, I'm like, why would you want to watch this?
Okay.
But I believe that there are this new breed of human that just likes to suffer, just wants to suffer. It wants to watch suffering. It wants to dish it out.
I don't disagree.
The same people that are happy about stuff, it's like they hate to see it. It's like they hate good things.
okay, I ain't gonna put no names out there.
But
But-
see, everyone knows someone though. Everybody knows that one guy or girl who just is a sad sack.
Why do you think people? I have to put people, make it a blanket statement because we both know who I'm talking about. But why do you think people get in the space where if somebody's getting, they're bettering themselves, whether that's with education, whether that's with body, whether that's bettering their relationships, communication skills. Why do you think it's certain people that just be like, oh, fuck this dude, like, why are they doing it? Like, where do you think it stems from?
I don't know, because there's so many variables there, right? You can talk about it. You can talk about whole communities where like the culture is just like, wow, you're going to like high education, you're going to college. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah,
that goofy shit. It's like, what? Like even me, right? I think most college, if not 90% of college is a scam. Just total scam. Like there are a few jobs that actually need it.
Right.
And I agree that they should go get it. Doctors,
nurse, lawyers,
really important stuff.
engineers,
Stuff that like scientists, right? We need medical professionals. We need some research professionals, but most of all, science is self-beneficial. Like we can completely we could go on from now to the end of time knowing what we know, and I feel like we're going to be fine. Right.
I agree.
So science, but for those people who want to continue science and go into those fields, school's definitely necessary. You can't just stop after high school. You're not going to know shit unless you teach yourself, of course. But if you want to like study under some great professor and you have to go to college to do it, I agree.
Well, okay, I have a few bones, and we're going back to the girls, but I'm gonna address that part. When I was in college, shouts out to North Carolina A&T. I'm an alumni. You know what I mean? It's me. It's him. But had to take a little quick.
Does some of them watch it, you think?
I know some of them watch it.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Hey, good.
One of the questions came from. Well, I'm not gonna put their name out there. I'm not gonna say he or her, but I realized the scam that college can be.
Yeah, it can be.
When shouts out to L Boogie. We did this, and Big Sid, we did this competition, right? I don't know if I told you about this. It was a business competition for our business class. It was like economics and something. It's business. That was like a minor. And the idea or the class consists of, at the end of the class, you have to pitch your business idea. And then whatever you pitch, whoever wins, they just win. They win the whatever for the class.
Yeah.
Well, we had an idea to do a virtual board. Like, see, it sounds old now, right?
Yeah. No.
It's a virtual board that was specifically for handicapped children, people that couldn't get into the classrooms.
Yeah.
I.e. Skype, i.e. Zoom.
Yeah. Oh, so.
But we had the hardware for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if every classroom had this special board and you could write on it and it transfers the data or the information straight to the kids' pads and they could go back and forth. Of course, we won the competition. Shouts out to us for winning the competition. But
it's a good idea.
But it was a great idea, right? What happened was a few years later, that nice idea for the competition that we won ended up getting mass produced in different school systems. We played ourselves.
By someone in the class?
I feel like it's the professor. I feel like the professor patented the idea and sold it.
Damn.
But this is a part of the product of college that I won. I won that part. And then the only thing that made me graduate late was like a Spanish class. And I was just like, what? So for me, I have a small vendetta against
Spanish.
Just a little small vendetta. Because I feel like, true, there are certain things that kids have to participate in to develop the skill.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I do feel like a lot of that is on the parent, but I do feel like the school system should cater to that to a certain extent. But cater to it how it is now. Like, I didn't even know now you can put your kid into a arts class or an arts school, and they have a concentration in that arts field from K through 12.
No, dude, my parents stuck me in government public school, and that is where I was until I graduated. I didn't know, because of course I was a kid. I didn't know anything else. You know,
Right.
I didn't know there were other programs. No kid's gonna go to the parent and be like, "Mother, can you put me in an art program, please?"
Well,
Can you? He was like, "No, he's gonna just enjoy where he is," which I didn't enjoy where I was.
part of my trauma,
Yeah.
part of my childhood trauma, my mom, and it was kind. I almost feel like certain things parents shouldn't tell their kids. Like,
Well, yeah.
even if it is to do with the kid, don't tell them. Just let it go.
What do you mean?
Mhm.
Like what?
All right, so
Okay, example, yeah.
So what happened for me? I had a teacher named Miss Hopkins. She was like the stern, like grandma
Okay.
at elementary school, 5th grade,
Mm-hmm.
right? They were like, "Oh yeah, he has a learning disability and all this stuff." Talking about me,
Oh, every teacher told.
but
Yeah.
that teacher fought for me. She told my mom, "He don't have no issues. Don't put him on no Ritalin. Don't put him on nothing. He just needs to be taught a certain kind of way." It was good.
That's good. Need more teachers like that.
You do.
They're like are none.
At all.
Mm.
But what happened for me was I would go and I would start to play piano. And they were like, "Oh, he's really good." I was good enough to get into the North Carolina School of Arts, which is like the Juilliard of North Carolina,
This is pretty good, yeah.
right? And the thing that held me back from being able to get into school was the grades.
Mm.
So don't tell your kid, "Oh, you ain't able to go to that school because your grades is bad," especially in elementary school. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like certain things just be like, "All right, it ain't gonna be for him. Pick up on the
Yeah.
next one."
After that's one thing my parents did okay is by like the middle of high school, honestly by sophomore year they were like, "Look, just pass. Okay, just pass your classes. We don't expect you to excel. Just do in acting and all the stuff that I liked. It was 100. Full participation, you know?
Yeah.
So I loved it. But like math was like a low 80 half the time. Lit, I hated lit. I hate lit so much. I hate essays. I cannot bring myself to write them. I don't know what it is. I just hate them. I can read and I like stories,
Okay.
of course. And I loved history.
Okay.
I loved history. But as soon as they wanted me to write a paper, no, I couldn't do it. I just hated papers, man. I hated writing them.
For me, if I was writing or reading, and this is kind of the same thing to this day to a certain extent, but I would get sidetracked by myself. So say I'm reading, Johnny went out to the apple tree and got 5 apples. And 5 apples fell from his hands. How many apples did Johnny have? And I'm like, 5. And everyone's like, "No."
Yeah, he did have 5.
He got zeros. I'm like, the fuck? No, Johnny got 5 apples.
They're on the ground, Johnny. Just pick them up. You still have them.
But I would do that. And then I would tell my teachers if they called me out, "And Mr. Crawford, what is the answer?" I was like, "It's self-explanatory."
You answer it, bitch. What do you think it is?
I said that. Yo, I got in trouble for that all the time. But I say that to say this. I see that in Skylar. How I was.
Already.
And it goes back to the first question. Are you happy, Dada? If you do that shit, no, I'm not happy. Don't do that.
Yeah. That's rough.
So everything that I did, I'm low-key getting back.
My parents didn't even, or my teachers didn't even ask me questions. I'm pretty sure they thought I was autistic until like, no, for real, dude. So I had that experience too, where early on in like elementary, they were like, "Oh, this kid's got ADHD. You need to put him on drugs, and he's gonna have like helper teachers. He's gonna be in like different classes because we're gonna treat him like he's mentally disabled."
And this is what grade?
Like 3rd grade, probably.
Wow.
Third or 2nd. Yeah, like how?
Yeah, kids are still dum-dums.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, how do you even
They're not gonna know.
But my generation, doctors were handing out that diagnosis like candy.
Okay.
And I think it was because the pharmaceutical companies were making a fucking fortune
Don't get me
on
started.
Ritalin and on. So they told a whole generation of kids that they're disabled to get them on pretty much like legal speed when they're a kid. Yeah, I took an IQ test the other day, and the number I got, I was like, thank God. I was like,
now did you just miss it?
No. It was pretty. It was decent, and I was like, I can't believe it's that high. From all the stuff they had me on as a kid, I was like, I thought I'd be like 90 or lower.
Okay.
75 is like mentally, like retardation.
Okay.
But 100 and above is like, yeah, you're
Okay,
you're like
it's
mid
cool.
to high. And I was like, I think I got. It was over 100. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, thank God.
Okay.
Which means I'm like the normal. I'm not Einstein,
Well,
which we knew. I knew that.
Einstein, don't get me started because I feel like Einstein and Kanye on the same boat. I don't want to talk about Kanye. I do want to talk about Kanye. I do, but I'm not.
I'm along for the ride. You know?
Well, first off, before we keep going, I want to definitely hand out my shots outs and congratulations to LaRussell. Oh, I didn't mean to give him that one. I didn't mean to do that one. My bad, bro. I want to give him a shots out to LaRussell.
Fuck the Mad Lucrative podcast.
So I had to add it up because I was just like, I see, now if y'all didn't know, LaRussell was on the Lucrative Lounge months ago.
I didn't even know
LA.
that. I didn't even see that one. That's awesome.
He was on months ago, like before all this. And I remember on that conversation, I told him, I said, bro, you are one of the next. Like, you are one of the next.
I remember you telling me about this, yeah.
Right? I was listening to his music. I was like, yo, it's something different. He's going to make some waves. Mm-hmm. So what he's done is exactly what I told artists to do. He did it. He did verbatim.
He followed it.
Now, he was already working, so I can't take credit for that. He was already working. But it's proof that what I've been saying works. What he did was this. 1,100 units at $1,000 a pop.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I want to do the math on the screen. 1,100 units, as my Mexican friends would say, 11.
What?
1,100s. No, they would say 11 tens.
11 tens?
1,100, 11 tens.
Yeah,
10,
that is.
10 11s is what they would say.
Wait,
10 11s.
10 11s.
10 hundreds. 1100s. Anyway.
Yeah, because I'm like, 10 tens is just 100.
Or 10 tens is 100.
It'd be 100 tens.
11 tens.
11 tens would just be 110.
11 tens. See, we're getting caught up on math. But anyway, he did. LaRussell did 1,100 units at $1,000 a pop. I added it up. What is the number?
1,100,000.
$1.1 million. Listen, as an independent, real independent. So, how he did it, I'm glad you asked. So, he's incorporated this new idea, which I love. A lot of artists are starting to do it. I love it. What they're doing is they offer their fans a royalty when they buy that high dollar ticket. So, if you buy one of his albums for $1,000, he might give you 5% royalties on his album.
Really?
So then so that means you're literally vested into the artist.
Yeah.
So as he gets bigger, then you get a royalty. You get a check on the back end for investing in them.
And there's no way that can come back and be a bad thing.
No.
But
it's a win-win. Because he got his 1.1 million up front.
Yeah.
You get a percentage on the back end, which he's gonna keep going. Like,
yeah, it's not. This isn't one and done.
Right. So imagine if you were one of the first people to invest $1,000 in Drake or Lil Wayne or Eminem.
That's like putting stock in Google in the 90s to 2000, man.
Exactly. So I look at it like that, and that's what I hope that a lot of artists start to adopt, giving their fans a percentage of something. Because if you're a real artist, you're gonna keep creating.
Yeah. Do you know who else has done that?
I know a few people probably done it.
Dude.
A few people.
So it's early in the game though. It's not happening a lot.
No, it's not. So for me, I'm like, yo, congratulations.
Yeah.
I love how he did that. I love it. Now,
And that really puts the art back in your hands too. You know, I bet that has to feel good for him. Good job.
I even just think about it from like for us from a podcast standpoint, right? We're gonna keep growing.
Yeah.
I hear we might be like the new Howard Stern. I'm just saying, a black Stern and a white Stern.
I like that. Well,
not white sperm.
is there any other?
Actually,
I hope not.
no, I think all sperm is white. Yeah.
It'd be like a opaque, yeah.
Opaque.
White, off white. Not opaque. I chose the
clear.
wrong words.
It's clear sperm.
It's not.
Anyway, I think the more artists kind of gets into the space of not having to work to eat,
Yeah.
and then they're actually working for the craft, and they already got reserves to eat,
Yeah.
the music is going to sound different.
Yeah.
The fans are going to appreciate differently. Because if you know you got 5% royalty on somebody and they're selling out a 10,000 seater arena, you're going to show up every time.
Damn. That's really smart. That's just a good business move. Even like for an artist. And what you're saying, you're trying to, the whole brand is trying to make artists more business.
And speaking of, I have the Mad Lucrative shoe over there. I might bring it up for y'all to see. But
it's nice.
That's kind of my idea. Like, well, I ain't gonna give all my spice out because we got we have real listeners, and some of these people are, what's the sneaky ones? Fox or wolves?
Foxes are sneakier than wolves.
Okay, so some of these are foxes, and I'm gonna have to kick you in the face. Kick you in the face with the size 13 foot. But yeah, I really think that creatives are gonna come up. I feel good about that. I feel real good about it.
Yeah, a new generation of more business.
And real fans, too.
Yeah.
Because I look at it like this. A lot of these fans are cap. They're botmans. They're bots.
Well, yeah, some fans come and go. You get the nomads that just kind of skip channel to channel.
Right. But if we could get to the point, I think the average company is only betting on 1% of following from the internet to actually market to.
Really?
So if you got 1 million followers, they're only really banking on 100,000.
Oh, okay, but that's just safe business practice.
Right,
Yeah,
safe
I
business.
get that. Yeah, like if you make a video, if you have 50,000 subscribers, you're only going to get 5,000
Right.
views maybe. That's just how it is. You usually, unless you make a really big video,
Right.
that
as we did,
gets more views than your follower count. Yeah, we have a couple.
As we did.
Yeah.
Shouts out to us again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, are you done with that? I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
I'm
Yeah.
done with it because I want to dwell on that, but we had a lot of people, fellas. I appreciate the love.
Yeah.
Ladies, I appreciate the love.
More.
More?
I appreciate it more. I thought you were going to say more.
I was not.
That's something you would
This shows
say.
me where your head is. This shows me where your head is.
Today I'm filling in.
So, we had a few questions, and I want to touch some of the fan questions towards the end of the show, right? But I had a few things I wanted to touch. Fellas, I'm sorry, we're gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it out. Men being incentivized.
To do what?
Everything.
Oh, yeah. Go do everything. Why not?
But I have a question for you.
Okay.
All right, so when it comes to life,
Yes.
right? When it comes to life,
I do. I live that every day.
because you're not 6 feet under.
Not yet. No.
So when it comes to life, the average man has to be incentivized for everything, right?
Yeah.
Whether that's financially, emotionally, relationship wise.
Isn't that just people? Isn't that just human in general? It's more men. What do women do that's they don't even
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question is this, all right? Because I want to make the parallel. Because
Yeah.
I have a few married men that's asked me the question, not necessarily for the podcast, but just ask me in general. And I notice it's kind of a trend. Like, all right, so, and I said it before, like, if I'm gonna pay all the bills, then what you gonna do? What you gonna do and then you start sounding like the old school, like the old school stuff.
Yeah.
If I pay the bills, then I want to come home to a clean house.
So what's the question?
The question is, what can men look forward to? How can men be incentivized to
just live life? It's such a deep philosophical question.
No, it's not. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay.
Yeah, I love
You
this.
know, I gotta.
No, please.
I gotta.
I'm glad you have an answer. I didn't have
I'm
one.
gonna put you in the bag.
All right.
Putting you in the bag. All right. So, the dirty blonde wife that you have.
Yes, my beautiful wife.
That wife, right?
Gorgeous wife.
All right. So you come home. No, not even come home. This is a good day.
Wow.
You're on vacation, right? You're on vacation. You're in what? Maldives.
Yeah. Maldives.
I said it wrong. So you're out there.
Maldives.
You're out there.
Yeah.
Dropping bags. You probably done spent $10,000 at a time.
Okay.
Right?
That's how big is my fake bank account?
You got a big bank. You went out on a trip with intentions on spending about $100,000.
Okay.
Just play money.
Piss money, yeah.
Right? But then at some point you have a epiphany that says, I'm spending all of this money, but I'm not getting nothing. Like, what am I getting out of this? Except for I'm enjoying seeing her enjoy me spend money. So
she didn't bring any money. It's all my money.
She didn't bring any money. It's your money.
Who is this wife? Who is this woman of mine? Well, she thinks she can just free love. She has to be pretty great.
But in general,
yeah.
In general, that's okay.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't do that, then it's looked at.
Oh
as
yeah,
you're a bum.
Yeah,
you're
a
bum ass bum. Like.
Yeah.
Right.
To the wrong crowd and the wrong woman. Yeah. I mean, if you were rich as fuck and you're also cool, because I feel like a lot of rich people aren't cool. You know.
So you think they try to buy their cool?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Look at Jeff Bezos.
Jeff, I did not say it.
Oh, come on.
SJS.
Look, maybe he's older and out of touch, but the guy wore a cowboy hat when he was going into space.
He's going into space.
Yeah, but actually, I don't blame you for that. That's kind of fun.
Exactly.
That's a fun thing, actually.
Jeff,
I wear a cowboy hat too.
He didn't mean it, Jeff. We love you, Jeff. Jeff might give us a deal
on Amazon.
He might give us a
Thanks.
deal. But anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
What incentivizes a man to do that? Besides sex and
boredom incentivized, yeah.
Boredom, sex, and flexing. You know what flexing is?
Yeah, I know what it is, but I don't. You look at my Instagram. There's not one photo on there. I just don't care.
But what makes a man do that?
Flex. I mean,
I've seen dudes go in the hole. I'm not gonna say no names. They say if it ain't tricking if you got it. Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, if it ain't tricking if you got it. That means if you got big bags,
yeah, and
you spend on these prostitutes, it's not tricking because you already had it. It's no big deal. But if you don't got it, why are you doing it? You're tricking.
I mean,
you're being the trick.
I think you got tricked if you spent the money on prostitutes anyway.
In general, and that's why I'm bringing this subject up. In general, I've noticed a lot of fellas, especially some of my money friends. I'm not saying none of y'all names, but some of my money friends that make the six figures and stay in the six figures. I ain't talking about just 100.
No,
I'm talking about six figures.
Stay up there normally.
Right, they stay there.
That's their normal. Yeah,
it's in their brain. It's normal for them to say, "Okay, well, I can't really get a woman if I'm not spending." If I'm not buying a Gucci bag, not Gucci's old. What they
God,
do,
that's
Balenciaga,
terrible. Yeah, but at that point, what women are you attracting? You know.
But see, at the point where they are, they're just trying to get any woman.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I blame them. Everyone's different, and guys, dudes are dudes, right?
Right.
Guys are guys. They're not going to change being guys as soon as they're rich. They're definitely going to realize, wow, I'm rich, and why bother go out there and try to woo and take my time months, to get a girl to like me for me when I could just
buy her.
Use a little barely a percent of
Just
what
by
I
a woman
have.
slave.
Well, yeah, that's kind of why a lot of people look down on people who do like OnlyFans and sex work, because it's like guys who are way up there. It's like a penny. It's like a penny to just use you,
Right.
for all you're worth, you know. And that's why it's like it does.
So
I don't know. Once you put a price
Mm-hmm.
to your name,
Mm-hmm.
to you, when you have a price, I mean that.
So do you think, and it's just for the women, because I got to play both sides. Do you feel like women are incentivized to do for men? Besides money,
No,
sex.
no, women, no, women, no, women just show up.
What you mean?
To guys, especially like that, women, you just have to show up.
So they.
You have to look pretty. You can't be nasty looking. But that's just. What do you mean?
Okay,
I'm
so-
very confused with your question.
All right,
you mean like
so-
women give no effort? What do you mean?
No, so I remember seeing a clip. This was a few months ago. It was a clip of a girl that was mad at the dude for he paid for her flight. I think to like. This is what I'm saying. He paid for her flight. I think to L.A. or to somewhere. It was somewhere exotic. And as soon as she got there, he's like, "All right, well, I'm trying to do what let's do it." So she like, "No, why would I do that? Like, what you thought? You were gonna fly me out here and we just smash?" And he like, "Yeah." So
What's the context? Did they talk about it before?
exactly.
Was it like, if it was extremely sexual? Like, I mean, I'm not about that, right? But if I'm putting myself into people who do this shit all the time,
Right.
and you know, the text messages, the whatever, the whole time were spicy all up until that point.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't wait to get there when I
Yeah.
see you. And then you get there, and then you want to just like chill in this dude's house, and he's like, "Are we not a thing?
And
What
then
do
she
you?
says, "No, why would I do that?"
Nah, go back home."
And that's what he said. But she posted the whole exchange.
This is what's crazy. Women will literally, and the people will take her side.
They did.
That's what's crazy.
They did.
Like,
All of them took her side.
you better believe if a woman flew a dude out like that,
And that's
and then
my
he just
point.
sat on the couch and be like, just watch TV. She'd be like,
That's my point.
go on the street, and people would be like, "That's right, girlfriend." Yeah, you
And
go
that's
like,
my point.
Oh well, yeah, but you're gonna have that. The reason it's been so tipped is because the women are becoming more independent, and masculine, and then the men are just becoming weaker, sad individuals.
Men are becoming. But see, that's why.
Men are just getting depressed as fuck, dude, and they've stopped trying.
Well, okay.
Which is why the women are getting so jaded, because
Okay.
they're met with nothing but like these
shell of a man.
pathetic, like sad dudes that just want no part of it, and they have, because like even like my generation, dudes just believe that you get as many bitches as possible. You know, you get them all under your belt. But if you're not an attractive guy, and you're not funny or charismatic, you have none at all. You become an incel, right?
Right.
And it's just, it doesn't matter how good you are with your hands or like what trade job you do. If you actually make quite a bit,
Right.
if you're just like unattractive and you don't fit into
Interesting.
like societal standards, people just aren't gonna like you.
Okay.
You know, and I feel like there's like tons of dudes like that just like look for motivation online.
Right.
Like look for something that just makes them feel better, and that's why OnlyFans and sex work has just blossomed in this
then
generation.
pandemic
Because
helped it
because
out
guys are
really
like,
quicker.
well, I work a day job all day. I have plenty of money. I'm single, no kids. I have plenty of money. I'm gonna spend a crap ton of it on just porn
JOs.
and OnlyFans people.
Yeah.
You know, like probably
Have you-
like yeah.
Funny you say that. That makes me think of course, I love.
And then women complain that men are shit when they're literally helping the shit men cope with, it's like, what do you expect? You're literally providing them the material to become shit men. And then you complain that there's no more good dudes. It's like, what do you think?
I think a lot of the humor in being humans has to come back. I think that's for me, I think the premise of that, because I notice, I sit and listen to men, I listen to women, and the common denominator is they have no personality.
No.
Even if they got money, no personality.
No.
Some of them be like, can't dress.
That's
but
what I
you
mean.
can
There's
fix
so many
that,
rich
right?
people that are boring as fuck, man. It's like, yeah, you have a bag, but like, what are you? Like, you're not your money.
Right.
When you die, your money stays here. What goes on? What are you?
So if you take away incentivizing
Yeah.
a man and a woman to be financially in this place of just big bags, right?
Big bag world.
You take that out, then what happens? What else you got left?
Oh, you mean like back? Remember a bunch of pods ago I talked about like Star Trek, and how in their society there's no money,
Yeah.
and like people instead of working a job for money, you actually like try to go do what you love, and that's when people in Star Trek start exploring space more because like we got nothing else to do. So Discovery is back on the menu. That's what people did way back then.
Right.
Way back then. You know, like Marco Polo,
Right.
Magellan. You had
Christopher Columbus.
You had dudes, yeah. You had dudes that had nothing to do, and they were like, I really like plotting courses, writing journals, finding shit, being a captain. I don't know. So they went off and sailed in hopes to find something. They totally knew that they could like definitely die, but they're like, no, I really want to do this. Like, I feel like not a lot of people nowadays would get on a ship.
So, how many times do they wash their ass in 1 week? That is the question.
Well, I know sailors and pirates probably smelled like shit the entire time. I really feel like they most likely did. Probably. I also feel like that's probably why they drank all the time too. Because like, have you ever fallen asleep on a boat?
Yes.
You feel awful, right?
On the cruise? On the cruise ship?
Not a cruise ship. I mean
Okay.
like a boat,
Why would I be on a boat?
like a ship. You never been on a boat?
A cruise, yeah.
That's a ship. That's like
Okay.
a big ass ship. I mean, just
Right.
like a you
canoe?
ever been on a sailboat?
No. Why would I do that?
Pontoon boat?
Why would I do that?
Recreational sailing, and you just go on a boat.
Black.
You've lived next to a lake.
Black man in the water.
You're putting yourself into a box, and I think you
I
can
don't
do
want-
much more. I think you know what? I think black people are capable of going where there's water.
Country black people.
Yeah,
You talking about like Craig? Shouts out to Craig. But
yeah.
like,
See, they
me,
get it. They've been on a boat before.
I have too. It's called
You gotta live.
Carnival
man.
Cruise.
You
It was awesome. I had plenty of food and the little nasty. Had fun. That's a boat. It's on water.
How do other black people see those black people? As like crazy? So I wonder.
I'm not gonna. Okay, so in black world there are divisions. Right? You got semi-pro. You got.
I don't think you know who I am. I'm
got-
semi-pro black.
You got JV.
Whoa, what?
You got JV, varsity, college, semi-pro, pro. Pro is more like the Puff
Doctor.
Daddies, Jay-Z's. That's the pro.
Okay.
Semi-pro, I'm not. Yeah, I'm more of a college level. I'm not
Okay.
quite pro, but I'm like not all the way JV and varsity.
This is so funny. It's like the rankings of.
No, I got a friend.
Is it
I'm
like
not
a
gonna-
video game?
I'm not gonna say your name.
Do black people see levels above other black people's heads? Like it's a video game.
No, you just know.
I'm just kidding. I
You
know.
just know though. You just know. So it's like, okay, I got a friend
Yeah.
that's gay, and I'm not gonna say your name. I love you, bro, but I am gonna put this statement out there. One of his, I went to go work on something. I got to be like you this episode. I hate being like you.
What? Oh.
No, not
I
really,
know.
not giving the full.
Oh, dude, it's hard.
It is.
You have to like form your words. You're like, oh, it's not this. It's kind of.
So I'm at a space.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that at a space doing the job, and the client says he didn't tell you it's different gays. So I was like, what you mean? He was like, that's that hood shit. We don't do that. I was like, I had no idea. So he says he should have told you that. So I was like, okay,
That's
that was
funny, dude.
Good information. So yes, there are tiers. There are tiers. That's all the way around. Even the married couples. I'll put it out
Yeah.
there. I'm sorry. Married couples, This does exist. So the couples like us, and I'm not saying I frown upon nobody. That's not what I'm about to say. But it's certain times that the married couple will hear, the married couple that's been married for 20 years will hear advice from a 3-year married person.
Oh.
And you'd be like, oh, how cute. You haven't even lived yet. Like,
That's a human thing, believe me. Everything you said actually is just human. It's not just,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this is my next question. I had a few things down.
I don't even know if I answered your last one.
No, you didn't.
Oh,
That's cool.
Who knows?
So, when telling, this is one of the things I had. Okay, so when is telling the truth impossible or important? When is telling the truth impossible or important?
Or important or
Yeah.
and?
Or.
Because I feel like the most impossible truths are probably the most important ones, right?
Okay, tell me more.
Well, like, I'm sure you have examples of them, right? Right?
I do.
I don't know. What truths? I mean, like, if you did something really messed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like, yeah, I gotta tell you what happened. Like, I fucked up, but and that's probably the hardest. Yeah, probably the truths that are going to change the relationship the most or change your life the most are also the most impossible ones to say,
That's hard.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is this. Okay,
Like, dude, telling someone died.
Okay.
That's something you have to say.
That's not impossible though.
No,
That's
it's
easy.
not impossible. It's like you have to.
That's an easy truth.
Yeah, I guess it is an easy truth, but it's a hard one though. You being the person that has to tell somebody? Damn.
I'm not cutthroat. I'm just saying.
Like, doctors must.
Yeah. Now. Okay. Yeah.
You got to be so. You got to be so like dead to it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, it didn't work. But the family's like,
Sorry for your loss.
yeah,
They walk off.
yeah, you have to be.
So, this is my truth that I'm thinking about. Right.
I'm ready.
When you've been friends with somebody, I'm not talking about you, but when you've been friends with somebody for a decade plus, and you've changed your actions because okay, when I did this in my 20s, it fucked me up over here.
Yeah.
And I'm probably not going to, if I do that again, it's going to take another 7 to 10 years to get it straightened out.
Yeah.
Right?
Damn.
I.e. like credit. Right?
Oh, dude.
You mess your credit up and you mess it up to the point where you can't make the payment, you can't pay something off, and it's just like a foreclosure or like a repo or anything like that.
And that's like new stuff to our generation too. Well, yours, because credit score wasn't even a thing before like 1989.
So, when you have a friend and you know what they're about to do because in your 20s they did the same thing.
Yeah.
How do you tell that person, bruh? See what it's a hard truth.
That sucks. Yep.
It's important.
Yep. If you want that person to have a better life moving forward, but also you might not be right. There are times where you're like, well, okay, after a lot of thought and a lot of like other opinions,
yeah,
you conclude that like, okay, no, stop doing
that
this.
Person does that on their own.
But if it's a snap judgment, I'd be careful with like, hey man, you got to quit this bullshit. Don't live your life like this.
Right.
Because who knows? They might be like, fuck you, man, and they go off and they make it big, and everyone loves them, right? Most time not.
No.
I've had to leave. I know what you mean. I've had to leave friends where I'm just like, dude, we are not 15 anymore.
Exactly.
Like, you're still like that. It's like you mentally age and they just don't.
So those people, I think now for me, what's helped me when I have those type of friendships or family members or whatever, I put my people into quadrants. Like this group of friends does this. We feel each other in this space.
Yeah.
Whether it's emotionally, it's it's a good laugh, a memory, whatever. But if I'm talking about finances, these are not the friends to talk to because they're gonna be running it up. They're gonna be talking about vacation. They're gonna be talking about doing something reckless. It's not gonna be progressive, business wise.
Yeah.
But if you want to just kick it, then I got these friends over here for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But can you ever tell somebody that that's what you've done?
That's rough. God, I wouldn't. I try not to do that.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I think every friend group of mine gets the same me.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, you're
So
young. You're
I'm
young
definitely
still.
a type for people.
Okay.
People have definitely put me in, like, where I go, for sure. I haven't
so
done
you
it.
know that you felt like you've been put into that quadrant.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
It's gonna happen. Now, to those few that you're kind of the everything friend,
Mm-hmm.
like you're the kick it with friend and you're the business friend,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like pretty easygoing, that's cool.
Okay.
And I think everyone knows they have a friend like that. Now if you feel like that and they don't, man, that must suck. God, that's gotta hurt.
Cause see, okay, I know when I got married, my friend circle. Well, we got married and moved, so it's kind of different. But when it was first in that space, we tried to be friends with certain married couples. I'm sorry if you're listening to the pod. I mean nothing by it.
Everyone did. You sound like my parents. They did that. They moved. They got married, moved out of Ohio, came here, and they did the whole try to make friends sing in the neighborhood, and they met some cool people, but most of the time they were like, what the fuck is wrong with that couple?
Yeah, and but the older I get, the more I value friendships, and I'd be wondering, like, okay, will I ever be in a space where I'm welcoming a new relationship that's not contingent on business?
Yeah.
Or I do something for you that's, reciprocating whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a friendship existing. I wonder will that happen? Or can that happen the older you get?
Yeah, I think so.
You
gotta get you. That's a kind of like, it's gonna happen when it's gonna happen, and if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Okay.
You definitely can't make that happen. I feel like it's rare that you meet, especially at like your age, with a wife and kids.
Yeah.
Another dude without wife and kids, or with wife and kids,
Right.
and then you guys just hang out, especially because you're so busy.
Okay.
So it's just gonna happen when it happens, Like, you both have to. But also, it depends on what kind of person you are. If you're not, like, you can't easy go chill, then you will never meet another person at that point in your life that probably can with you, unless they're so damn chill that they don't mind that you like never hit them up unless you want a beer. Like, I even have people like that.
But see, that was hard for me. And we got to move on because we got a few other things. We got to talk to our people that sent the questions.
Oh, that's right.
But when some of my friends from in the past, not far past, would invite me for wings or something, I think I'm a loner. So I was just like, no, I'm good. I pass. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like the Jim Carrey movie where he be like, yes, man, just say yes to everything.
Oh, yes, man? Yeah.
I was a no man for everything. Like,
I feel like that already. I've been doing that. I have friends that, like, I love, and I've had to tell them multiple times, can't do it. Like, I work, I'm on call that week. I can't. I literally can't. You feel like the worst person ever.
Really do.
When, especially because they are the friends that you've always kicked it with, and you're just like, nope, sorry, I suck now. Yeah. That's just my life now. I suck. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow. I can't lie. So, us fellas, to recap, we got to figure out some new levels of incentivization. Is that a word? Incentivization?
It is now.
It's a new word. We have to figure out some new stuff. Legs, vagina, and money is not good enough.
No.
Like, it's going to just take your soul.
Well, and I feel like there's a huge, you say epiphany. Mm-hmm. I feel like my generation, at least, and maybe like a couple of millennials are going through that exact thing where they're realizing like what am I living for at all? I know that my social security isn't going to be there when I get older.
Nope.
I probably won't even retire till I'm 70. Like, there's a lot of people in our generation like that. Yep. So like, what the hell am I doing if not at least trying to live for me? Right. Even if you are religious, right? Whatever. God wants you to live. God wants you to be happy, right? So whatever. There's no excuse, is what I'm saying. Even if you don't believe in one, but you still want to be happy, right?
You do.
So there's still, I think people are waking up that there's a lot more to life. Like, just be happy for you.
I hope.
Make your hobbies something that you can be proud of, not just your hobbies. Like your little race car guy with the drone.
I think he saw it too. I think he
He
saw
did?
that pod. I was like, whatever. It's out there now.
Well,
I don't mind hurting feelings because my feelings have been hurt. Hurt people hurt now.
it's also just in good fun. It's just a joke. Like, if people, shit, man, I'm probably tons of people who watch the pod probably make fun of me. I get it. Dude, when I watch the pod,
Yeah.
God, half the time I'm like, just shut up to myself. Seriously.
Okay, so I had one business matter I want to take care of. Black Friday is coming up for all my small business owners. Shouts out to y'all. And we're gonna go back to the questions and we're gonna wrap up. But I noticed with Black Friday, a lot of small businesses try to figure out stuff on the fly, like a week before Black Friday comes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how big business does.
No.
Big business was planning Black Friday last year.
Before the last Black Friday, they're planning the one ahead.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So, what I want to challenge all of our small business people that watch the pod, whether it's the Mad Lucrative Pod or the Lucrative Lounge, start coming up with your game plan for Black Friday, right? The reason I say that is this. We are in a recession, right? The faster you can start building up a plan to market, a plan to have your numbers in point. Like, if you know you want to sell $1,000 a day before Black Friday, and then Black Friday comes, you want this big old like 50% off, whatever, but you've already marked it up.
Yeah.
Little marketing,
Which is what they do, too.
marketing
So
schemes, whatever. But I think a lot of our small business people don't take advantage of the planning period for Black Friday. So then by the time you put your offer out, the big box stores have taken all of your customers.
Yeah.
You're done. Well, Mr. Wonderful say, I squash you like the little roach that you are. I think that's how the big box stores do. So I want, and when I say small businesses, I'm specifically talking to creators. Like, I can't think of her name, the painter, close friend, Jamie.
Yeah.
Like her, if you paint, if you make music, you do any of these things, if you play at weddings, if you play at carnivals, you have a food truck.
Yeah, photographers, singers, artists, yeah.
Figure out your offer now. The sooner you figure it out and you can start getting it out there, evangelizing, I learned that too.
Yeah.
You can evangelize your brand. I was like, oh, that's dope. I like that. I don't know evangelist from church, but you can evangelize your brand. The sooner you do that, Black Friday comes, it's clockwork. You're gonna make some money.
It's an offer. People are already money conscious when Black Friday comes, and the more you spend, the more you're okay with spending. That's how gambling happens, right? Yeah. You're like, I already, well, I can make it back. So if someone already buys a fucking TV, they'll look at your art and go, yeah, why not? Shit, I'll buy an art, a painting of my dog, a painting of my friend. Yeah.
I've been talking. I actually have a piece of art that I started.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of dope. But see, and even in that, I've been wanting no artist has reached out to us on the pod.
Oh yeah, we can have your thing back here.
We would love to have an artist painting or something right here to fill in the space.
It's gonna be there all the time. Yeah.
Or you can have a nice bottle or a cup or something. I.e., shouts out to Starbucks. You can have your cup right here.
Is that a small business? What cup? What?
No, I'm just saying if Starbucks is not a small business.
What do you have? Never heard of them.
But if you have a cup or any product, we can put it right here just for you. So, to wrap everything up, we're going to go to our fans.
You give me $50, I'll shout you whatever you want on the podcast.
Not 50.
Not whatever.
It's more than that.
Small business, 50. That's my Black Friday offer.
Okay, Black Friday offer. That's from Sean.
Yes.
Even Magneto is not going to say
my advertisement's much lower cost than his is. Yeah.
So, okay, shouts out to our fans. We're going to talk to y'all now. The first question, geez Louise, comes from a female. Thank you for watching the show, by the way.
Thank you.
The first question was divorce. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. If I'm divorced,
That's fitting.
How do you be friends, and how long before you start dating? Now, I have a few points right with that. If you're talking about being friends with who you got divorced from, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah,
Or
if that's him, I'd ask him, not us.
And then I would ask, okay, are you talking about dating outside? I'm assuming this is about dating outside.
Yeah.
Whoever they're married to.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I would say this. It's based on your mental and emotional maturity.
Yeah.
I would say that.
And just be truthful. If you think you're ready, go ahead. But some people just can't. Also, don't rush.
No.
If you're one who can't, don't rush, because it's just like I've done that shit.
I rushed a lot.
I bet you.
I rushed a
No,
whole lot.
I've rushed,
Scorpio.
but
I want to be loved, and I want to love.
yeah,
Shouts out
that's
to my
the
wife.
curse.
There's a Scorpio curse.
No, it's just the curse of being a dude. You know?
Okay, yeah. Dudes
Yeah.
want to be loved. We want to be loved. So, yeah, I would say mentally and emotional maturity.
Yeah.
Where are you there?
No,
If
not
you're-
even that. I mean, you could be very emotionally mature, and you just feel it way harder. There's so many variables.
Yeah.
Like, you could have been broken up with, you could have done the breaking up, and who knows? Or every time you try to date someone, it's like you find yourself putting the same values and expectations on the new person that you did on the old. You can't do that shit.
No, you can't.
I would say you're not ready at that point.
Right.
You know, it sucks, but it's because some people do that, man. Some people are like they put all their expectations, baggage, and all the likes and dislikes in a moving truck, and then when they meet the new guy, they're like, all right,
Here you go.
put it
Help me
all
unload.
inside. Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
dude, well, what do you know? This is completely brand new. You've moved to a different state and a different house. You own nothing now.
Yeah, and I would say if you are not in a space where you're okay with that,
Don't
cut it all the
yeah,
way.
just
Cut, cut the whole thing because you're not there yet.
No, you gotta be cool with yourself before you date again.
Right.
You gotta shake all that codependency off. Even if you're not codependent, I mean, you know, that's just self search. You gotta know what you are, but nah, you gotta cut all that extra shit out before you even attempt.
I agree.
And as for the friend thing, dude, that's up between you
We
and him.
talked about that last week.
Of the multiple, of everyone I've been in a relationship with, there are some, I could totally be friends with, and then there are some, no,
A lot
you know,
of my exes I didn't have an issue with.
yeah,
I didn't
but
have
some
an issue with
you're like, no,
It's like two that I know of. If you're watching the pod, you know who you are. But yeah, those two I would never talk to again. Like,
yeah,
you're
No.
done to me. All right, the next question was from our fan Jay. What are your thoughts on polygamy?
oh no, Jay.
Okay, so tell me what polygamy means, Sean.
Polygamy is the belief. It's pretty much the opposite of monogamy,
Okay.
where you believe and you can have multiple.
Mono.
Yeah, mono, being one partner.
Polygamy.
Poly.
Plenty.
Plenty.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can have multiple partners, and then your spouse or whoever can also have multiple partners. So it's a big old fuck fest.
If you're a man, I'll say this: if you're a man, in order for you to participate in polygamy, you better have a bag. Period.
Yeah.
That's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of responsibility.
But at the same time, being a poor fuck, and then they both don't expect you to pay for anything. That sounds great.
No, this one girl that posted said, "Why do all the broke dudes always think about sex?"
Because that's all they got. That's probably what they're best at too.
And that's my point. I was like, what else do they have left? Dick. I got dick to serve. So
They also have nothing else to think about all day too, because they don't have a job. So they're like, man, I want to fuck right now. It's like, maybe go to work, go make something of yourself. Those are the dudes who are at home just addicted to porn, just
This
like
is true. This is
swiping
true.
on their phone on Tinder, trying to, who are they? Damn.
So, the polygamy. If you're not Nick Cannon,
Yeah.
because Nick Cannon is. Let me give Nick a shouts out, man. That boy, he got a lot of nut just running around here. Nick,
He's made several deposits.
Nick is.
Yeah.
having more babies than dudes jack off in a lifetime.
10,000 babies.
Yo, I wonder when he's gonna stop. When is he gonna stop?
But I told you, I don't know.
Hold on, let me see. I want to ask Siri, but I'm not gonna ask her.
What?
How many babies does Nick Cannon have?
It's 11, right?
Hold on. How many?
Which isn't a lot in terms of some people. Some people got 18 kids out there, man.
What?
Yeah, some dudes just got 18 different kids, and they don't take care of half of them because they're just, the mom wanted to keep him, and
All right.
Fun fact: I think recorded ever, the maximum amount of kids a woman can have is 69. Did you know that? Yeah,
No, I did not know that. Is that true?
I think. Well, that's probably not the max, but that's the max someone in history has had.
Wow.
69 kids. She probably looks like a. Never mind.
So let's say Nick is on 10 kids.
Okay.
Working on another one.
11, yeah, on the way. So
Yeah.
cool. All right.
Yo. So my thing is this.
Dude.
Look at his lifestyle, for one.
Yeah.
Nick Cannon has had bags since Nickelodeon.
Now Nick's loaded.
Now Nick's loading them. I need to jump. Nick's unloading them. He's unloading them. But anyway, yeah, fellas, just focus on getting you together.
Yeah.
Get you together. Don't bring a woman into your equation if you ain't ready. Women, don't be thirsty for the dude. Because there's a lot of thirsty ones out here.
Dude.
They want sun kiss.
I'd argue nowadays the women are thirstier. I really, in a good couple of ways.
With good reason, though.
Good.
good reason.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, think about it like this.
What?
We're going to wrap up. If the average woman in this day and age has a good job,
Yeah.
they focused on their career for the last 10, 12 years of their life. All of their 20s are gone. They're in their late 30s. Got the money. What else they got? What else they going to get? They don't have the relationship with the man. I would be thirsty too if I spent my last 10, 15 years.
I think for women too, a lot of the ones that prided themselves on being very independent early in life find themselves at like late 30s, 40s, kind of going, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have anyone, And that's something that guys can. People might look at it as gross if you're a 40-year-old dude and you have like a 25-year-old wife, but as a dude, there's not really a limit. Yeah, you can kind of, but for women, it's like you don't have any more eggs past 40, right? You're never gonna have kids.
Or it's what is it?
I know there's a higher chance
said,
way higher chance past 40 that the kid's gonna have like.
Something going on.
The birth defects get greater and greater chance the older the woman is. I think the older the guy is, the kid has a higher chance of being Down syndrome.
It's something.
Something like that. I don't know. So, but just both genders should have kids probably a little younger.
And I mean,
but like don't like
shooting them out though.
That's what we're saying. There's the cap for women is 69, but there is no cap for men. You can have as many kids as you want. I wouldn't.
It's gonna be up.
Well, Genghis Khan had like 10,000 kids or some shit.
Who was Genghis Khan?
Genghis Khan, the Mongol invader. Genghis Khan. He's like one of the, history. Okay, someone knows who Genghis Khan is. Write in the comment if you know who Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan.
Oh no.
I'm sure he had
Genghis Khan.
He had some Genghis Khan, that's for sure. He did. He used that a lot. Yeah, I mean the Mongols were not very nice.
Okay,
they invaded like.
I have a very inappropriate question.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna say it because we will get canceled.
You can cut. You can bleep it if you want.
I'm not gonna. But I thought that Mongoloids.
Mongoloid. I think Mongoloid was probably an insult that people would call someone because of the Mongols, probably. I think a Mongoloid is a very barbaric, dumb person who relies on violence, which the Mongols at the time kind of were.
I'm not gonna tell you.
Not
who used
dumb.
To use that. I used to hear that often.
I used to use Mongoloid too.
And I was just like,
yeah.
But see,
I didn't know the context of it. until I like searched Mongoloid and I was like, that's a slur? It is a slur.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're not going to use those words.
No, we just talked about it. We didn't use it.
We didn't use it.
We just mentioned it.
So I think this has been a good pod. It's been a good pod. I've learned about the Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan. Yeah, of all the cons, yeah.
Like Dragon Khan. Same thing.
What's sure.
Same,
Sure.
That's not okay.
Yep. No, you're right. 100%.
Okay, thanks. And we answered all our questions. Please, we will keep giving y'all the option to send us questions. We're trying to be interactive.
Yeah, I love that. I like that segment a lot. That's fun.
Shouts out. I want to shout everybody out that actually participates. So it's one guy that said something on YouTube. And he said, I'm full of myself. Can y'all believe that? He said, I'm full of myself. I said, no, you misunderstood what I was saying.
Yeah.
You clearly misunderstood what I was saying. And, I did respond. I know you said when you do pods, you're not supposed to respond.
He said that?
No, I thought that's like the rule. Like,
No. You can talk whoever you want to.
But you just shouldn't be disrespectful.
No, I mean, honestly, well, if you're like, if the pod gets really big, right, when it gets really huge, right, you can't answer every single person. So if you start trying to answer as many as you can, they're going to expect you to answer as many as you can. So they're probably going to, I mean, it's your account and it's your pod. Answer whoever you want to. I can go on there and answer people. I wouldn't. You can. I just don't care because you don't know who's a bot and who's just trolling you, or who's actually serious. I feel like I don't know. Also, it's just some random dude on the internet you're never gonna see.
Well, I was gonna light him up because I felt like doing that day, and I was like, nah, I'd be cool.
You like the pod? Don't watch it.
Yeah,
no.
I kind of said that.
Even if you don't like the pod, please watch it because you're helping us out. Thank you.
Watch it.
Yes,
if
you hate us,
respond.
Please respond and watch it. Yeah,
I love that.
And share it if you hate it too.
Yeah, share it if you hate. Who is this vanilla and chocolate? Yeah, do all of those. We want to bring it. But that's it for me, guy. Do you have anything to say to the people?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Live for yourself. Live for yourself. Don't try to. Like I think the biggest thing with people, and like the guys that we talked about before, not every dude, but like a lot of the lonely guys out there will try like everything they can to be lovable, and some of them are the most deserving of love, right? I was watching some Sam Hyde, and he's a podcaster. He's an entertainer. I was watching one of his really old videos, and he was talking about how sometimes the people that are in need of the most love are like the least deserving of it. If you make yourself such a sad sack all the time, and your presence and your vibe and your aura just give off a hate me. Oh, just hate me because I hate myself.
Right.
Yeah, you're probably the most deserving of love. But you're not going to get it. You're the last person that's going to get it because no one's going to want to give it to you. You got to. So it's kind of like a fake it till you make it. You just have to shut up. Just try to better yourself. Yeah. Like love yourself first. The more you love yourself, and this is just evident. That's why that's why the most confident, cocky dudes could be the biggest assholes ever, but they get the most friends. They get the most. If it's women you want, that's usually who get it because they got the most self-love. You exude. Oh, that guy is really doing good for himself. But look, man, whenever I'm doing the best for myself, which it's random, but even times when I'm dating someone, right? That's when I get the most people interested in me. Because it looks like I'm set. I'm doing good for myself. I'm emotionally secure.
It is an attractive.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's an attractive thing. The more just secure looking you look, the more attractive you come off. And that's just. I feel like that's just evident in things that I've seen in friends that I have. It
is.
Those are the most attractive people. Is the better you're doing. And that is the better you're doing. The more you work out. The more you try to make something of yourself,
Shouts out to me.
I don't like social media, but it seems that's what you got to do nowadays. You got to, because people, who was it, man? I forget. I was watching someone and they said like, your boss, for example, right? he sees all of your fuck ups. He never sees all of the good things you do.
No.
Never. So you to him, you're a great employee until this.
Right.
You're never a God. He's amazing. I just see all the good things he does, and all that fuck up. That's fine because I see all these good things. They're not ever going to see you. No. So you kind of have to be your own PR person.
You really do.
You kind of have to be like, look how fucking awesome I am. These are all the good. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Sometimes when I do it, I just feel like such an asshole. You know, I just feel so. But you can't see it like that. Yeah. But you know what? You kind of have to give yourself credit, even if you look a little delusional. Yeah. Because it's the people who exude that kind of, energy. Yeah. That get the most love. So yeah. You're not going to be lovable until you become lovable. It's kind of like that, you know.
That's good.
You just gotta be. So that's the biggest thing I can tell you, and that's again, this is a Hydeism, Sam Hydeism.
That's great. Yeah. Freaking Sean J with the bars.
I've been watching a lot of like, I watched Jordan Peterson a lot more.
Okay.
A lot of like the self-improvement people.
Good.
Self-help. A lot more idols. There are idols for guys out there. I know a lot of them are like, a lot of chicks try to be therapists for other girls online, but it ends up just getting them in this big echo chamber where they just, it's not healthy. So watch everybody. Watch great men. Watch great women. Read great men. Read great women.
Yes.
So you can understand who better to understand a woman than a woman. I think that's what women get wrong a lot is when they try to understand a guy by reading a woman's book. It's like you're not. No. Stop it.
Yeah,
you know. Get it that way. You have to. Some of you may not like it, but you got to listen to women to understand women, and women have to listen. You got to listen to a guy to understand dudes.
I'm gonna find her page so I can post it. But it's one girl from South Africa that I found on YouTube, and she gives advice on women, and I feel like she'd be so spot on.
There you go.
She's spot on. But
she would know, right?
Exactly. But I think even in that, dudes have to get in the space of, okay, I don't know everything. I'm not God's gift to woman. Yeah. And, actually, I can learn something. Because I ain't going to lie. Before I got married, I was in that bag. I was like, I'm me. Like,
yeah.
But after you've been married and you try to figure other stuff out, you're like, oh, I'm not me. I need to figure out. I got to learn something.
Hey, man, in the Bible, woman was a gift to guys, right?
Yeah.
We're not a gift to them. They don't need us. They don't need us, all right? We guys will always love women just cause.
Yeah.
Women will not always love guys just cause.
Oh, you trying to give me another bag?
I'm just saying, like, hey, man, that's the first damn page. Really not really. It's the Genesis, right? But like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, men have to. You gotta be lovable to be loved. Yeah, you really do.
You really do. So, shouts out to my tooth too. Till next week. Peace.
Peace out. I love that.
Yeah, that was